I've always been an activist in my heart. Unfortunately, not with my hands and feet. One of the things that really draws me to American Promise is their focus on cross-partisanship. Because in order for an amendment to be passed, it has to have enormous support. And there's no way to get enormous support without reaching out to all sides. So in our group, we have 3 leaders. Me, I am a Democrat. Chip, I'm not really sure what he would call himself these days, but he formerly worked for the Republican Party. And we have Stuart Shadwell, who is a member of the Green Party.
It was just kind of decided that the 3 of us, if we were interested, would lead, bringing up the American Promise chapter. And so that's what we done.
A Democrat, Jenny, you a lapsed Republican.
I'm a lapsed Republican.
And Stuart, a member of the Green Party.
That's my understanding.
Does that not go to the heart of American Promise and the effort to write a 28th Amendment as being cross-partisan?
Absolutely. And that's why it was decided. Because the funny thing is, if there's one thing Americans seem to agree on, and they may not agree on a lot of things, but they do seem to agree that we need to get money out of politics.
It is definitely something that people are tuned into and angry about and fired up about and wanting to make a difference and change it.
I'm going to St. Louis on April 10th for writing the 28th Amendment event.
We have a very enthusiastic and engaging citizen empowerment coordinator named Waboy. Waboy flew in and we threw a big launch party and had about 30 people show up. Waboy told us, sort of laid out how a chapter works.
And I used to run campaigns, and I was a Republican operative in the old days. And so I'd raise money and I'd run campaigns, so I'd never seen anything like this. And I came across American Promise and several others, but I noticed that Doris Kearns Goodwin was on the board of advisors.
There's a sense somehow that there's an unfairness abroad in the land.
And I've read most of her books, and I thought, if it's good enough for her, it's worth me checking it out.
People should look to history and realize, even if they feel this is very difficult to pass an amendment to undo Citizen United, we've passed amendments before.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to this national tour of town hall meetings.
Tonight's event is Writing the 28th Amendment. It is an interactive town hall led by Jeff Clements, the president of American Promise,
that will enable us to get big money out of politics and make sure the people are represented rather than the donors.
That approach that the court has taken to First Amendment law, prioritizing those kinds of interests.
He is joined by Washington University law professor Gregory Magarian, who is kind of another rock star. He formerly clerked for U.S. Supreme Court Justice Stevens, who wrote the dissenting opinion on Citizens United.
Where my objections start is not that Powell shouldn't be doing this, that these folks shouldn't be making their case. It's that I don't like their case. It's that their values are bad, their priorities are bad. I mean, when you talk about good business, that's exactly what this is to them, good business. Good business is making as much money as you can and keeping as much of your money as you can make. But none of that has anything to do, for example, with what's good for democracy.
Good. So what are we
For Jeff to come in like this, I think, it just shows that we're full partners and absolute teammates on this deal.
I am incredibly grateful for the work that he's done and set up this mechanism for people like me all over the country who really want to do something. He's given us a way to do it.
We see the problem. We feel the problem. We're worried about our children, our grandchildren, their children, and if we don't do something about this, God knows where this is going to go.
There's enthusiasm and momentum here that will ride us through.
When the public gets mobilized, almost anything can happen. Lincoln once said, with public sentiment, anything is possible. Without it, nothing is possible.
Did somebody ask you if you have technology?
Yes. So we need to renew that confidence that in the public's power is the chance to do something. Overwhelming majority of people want to do something about money in politics. Every poll shows it.
But if citizens don't do it,
And the power is there if it just can be mobilized.
This is what democracy looks like.